based organizations, market women, artisans, among others. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has reiterated the commitment of his administration to the welfare of workers in Ondo State, reassuring that salaries and allowances will be delivered as and when due. The governor made the declaration at the annual get-together and send-off for some retired permanent secretaries organized by the Ondo State Forum of Permanent Secretaries. Joy Pius again completes the story. We hope to bring you that story in the course of the bulletin. Commuters flying the Ibaturu to Federal Secretariat Road in Akure have called on government to intervene in the deplorable condition of the road. Residents and commuters who spoke with Osrc said the road has become a nightmare, with its deteriorating condition causing untold hardship and frustration. Zaid Aribisala has more.
The experience of commuters traversing the Federal Secretariat complex axis along Ibaturu Road can be captured as slow, cautious, and one with despair. The smooth sailing drive from the International Culture and Event Center axis is brought to an end from the junction headed to Imafon. Worrisome for many is that the road connects people to key government agencies in Ondo State, such as Nigeria Immigration Service, Customs Service, National Identity Management Commission, among
them. That place no good though. That place because accident too. Because if motor they come from this side, and that place they want if motor see the run come from up, they won't do that port too.
Potholes, some big enough to swallow a vehicle, abound, making navigation a big deal for motorists and cyclists alike. Pedestrians are not also spared the rigours as they are forced to tread with extra caution to avoid vehicles maneuvering the pothole-ridden road.
The road is very bad. Why? Because the way the pothole is not good at all. Because those of us bringing vehicle to this side, even I abandon my vehicle because of all these potholes. Because anytime I bring my car here, on getting home, it might have fault, and it's a very huge amount of money that we buy parts now. So because of that, I decided not to bring the vehicle. I rather take Okada. Even the Okada itself, at times when the Okada enter into potholes, I used to feel it in my body. At times I used to take drugs because of that. So I want to enjoy the government that they should come to the aid of the people here. They should come and repair the road so that it will be more tolerable. It's true that they used to abandon this place because of recently they maintained the road, they did the road to that filling station, that scab. But we're thinking that maybe they will complete it to this side, but they didn't do it. Immigration road to police headquarters, so they did not do it.
The impact extends beyond inconvenience as traffic congestion sometimes arises as drivers try to avoid the worst section of the road, leading to longer commute times and frayed nerves.
At night, the thief may use this place as an hideout because the cars, they have to slow down before crossing. So thieves can actually use this place as a kind of a hideout to perpetrate evil. So I think the government should come around and rehabilitate the road now before it becomes more than this.
As frustrations mount and safety concerns grow, residents are calling on authorities to prioritize repairs and restore this vital road. Sahid Aribisala for Osrc News.
We'll now bring you the story where we told you that Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa reiterated the commitment of his administration to the welfare of workers in Ondo State, reassuring that salaries and allowances will be delivered as and when due. Let's join Joy Pius as she completes the story.
Ondo State Forum of Permanent Secretaries.
As a way of celebrating their own, the Ondo State Forum of Permanent Secretaries organized this annual get-together and send-off ceremony for retired permanent secretaries who have contributed their quota to the Ondo State Public Service. In his welcome address, the chairman of the forum, Bumi Alade, noted that the two-in-one event was to celebrate the retiring officers who had made their marks in the public service of Ondo State, appreciating the governor for giving them the platform to thrive.
By his grace, we can testify to God's goodness in our lives and that of our household. We also thank God for the benevolence of government towards us in the recent times. This is to therefore appeal to all of us to continue to be more dedicated to duty with the fear of God in our hearts. We should demonstrate high level of integrity, contentment, competence, good leadership qualities, and total commitment to good service delivery.
A former permanent secretary, Kayode Ogundele, who rose to become the head of service, alongside 16 others, were honored, having served the state meritoriously, retiring without blemish.
And the next is Mrs. Lola Amuda.
In their goodwill messages, the Olowo of Owo, Oba Ajibade Ogunye, and others congratulated the retirees for the success achieved, just as they thanked the governor for honoring the civil service.
In the past, some officers who were about to retire were never considered. They were never considered. But yours is so exceptional.
Whatever schedule you have on your table, please do it well. Believing that this is your ministry on which you are going to give account to God. Whatever you do, people say the evil that men do lives after them.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa commended the retirees for the efforts at boosting Ondo State workforce, which he said has transformed the state, reiterating his administration's commitment to Ondo State workers' welfare.
It's a statement of fact that no state or country can rise beyond the knowledge, strength, skill, and capabilities of its public service. It is in this regard that our administration in Ondo State has taken it a bounden duty and a vowed responsibility to accord the welfare and that of the generality of our workers a priority. In furtherance of our commitment to your welfare, brand new SUV were recently procured for all serving permanent secretaries in the state and local government services. It is pertinent to also inform this gathering that Ondo State is the only state in Nigeria, apart from Lagos State, that is paying 35,000 naira wage award.
High point of the event was the presentation of gifts to the retirees as a show of love from the forum. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Ondo State Public Complaints, Financial Crime and Anti-Corruption Commission has stated its resolve to curb the devastating effect of corruption and bring to book individuals or organizations engaging in acts inimical to the state's development. At a maiden press briefing, Chairman of the Commission, retired Justice Williams Akintoroye, said the mandate to rid Ondo State of corruption and criminal activities relating to finance will be pursued vigorously in public and private sector. OSRC's Zaid Aribisala reports that the Commission sought collaboration of the people on the need to lodge complaints for actions. Report.
Ondo State Public Complaints Financial Crime and Anti-Corruption Commission was established by law in January 2022 and inaugurated in March 2023 to combat corruption, including bribery, fraud, undue influence, and other related offences. To deepen its operations and engagements necessitated this press briefing spearheaded by the Commission's chair and retired Ondo State Chief Judge Justice Williams Akintoroye alongside other board members.
We need to inform the general public. We need to tell them the do's and the don'ts.
Justice Akintoroye said the Commission's mandate to rid Ondo State of corruption and criminal activities relating to finance will be pursued vigorously with impartiality.
Our primary mandate is to curb the devastating effect of corruption. This we hope to pursue professionally in line with the best practices. We will maintain our integrity by acting impartially, with commitment and in the interest of the public. As a commission, we will be bold and pragmatic in our actions and decisions.
The chairman noted that its activities will not be limited to government circles and public servants, but to corruption prevalent in open markets, religious organizations, among others.
It may not be business as usual concerning those that are fraudulent. Corruption and financial crime that we have been asked to fight against are ravenous monsters that we want to fight back. Therefore, as anti-corruption body, we in this commission have all put on what Bible describes as the full armor, that we may be able to take our stand against the ugly trend in the society called corruption and fraudulent practices.
To entrench the anti-corruption message, the Commission says it will place premium on awareness creation for youths and set up anti-corruption clubs in schools.
The fight will not be limited to the state capital. It must get to the nooks and crannies of Ondo State. We'd like to appreciate Mr. Governor, His Excellency, Lord Yorimisan Ayedatiwa, for being always there for us in this commission.
The commission, which sought the cooperation of law enforcement agencies and other stakeholders to enable it act effectively in its given task, emphasized the readiness to receiving and investigating petitions or complaints from the public.
Apart from receiving and investigating petitions or complaints on corruption or financial crime from members of the public, it will form part of our duty to take pragmatic steps that will reduce financial crime or fraud to the lowest level in government offices. We will examine the practices, systems, and procedures of MDAs in the state.
With the temporary office located at Quarter 21, Alagbaka, Akure, the Commission is advancing a steady and strong start to its operations, projecting for improved efficiency, which will snowball into creating liaison offices in the 3 senatorial zones of the state in future. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
The coincidence of this year's Eid al-Kabir celebrations falling on Sunday, a day of worship for Christians, attests to the fact that God is one despite religious divisions. Sulaiman Abdul Hakim, the coordinating missionary for Ahmadiyya in Ondo State, was speaking in Akure. He explained that the lives of Christians and Muslims are closely knitted through shared experiences and mutual respect of 2 branches of a root of the same God. Tosin Adebowale has the rest of the story.
Mr. Suleiman Abdul Hakim, the coordinating missionary for Ahmadiyya in Ondo State, emphasized the need to understand that Christians and Muslims serve the same God, and this understanding should foster unity in the society.
I was going to give birth to 2 children from his progeny of Ishaq and then Ismail. You see, many religions spread from there, and then believing that all this religion leads back to God, leads back to that superhuman being that owns the universe, that creates us. So it shows us that we can all live in unity, because that's where we come from. We came from that one root, which has different branches. So we should believe, we should know and understand that you being a Muslim doesn't mean you cannot live in peace with your neighbors. who are not Muslims, being Christian or Judaism or Jewish. And you being a Christian doesn't mean you cannot live well with your brothers. Because I think the second law in the Bible is that you should love your neighbor as you love yourself. And the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, also preaches that we should love for our neighbors what we love for ourselves. And you cannot be a Muslim or a believer without that.
A Christian faithful, Pastor Falaya Babatunde, maintained that Muslim festival of sacrifice falling on Sunday should not be seen as mere coincidence, but as a call for harmony in all fronts.
We can see that it has been destiny or it has been mandated by God. But purpose of it is that we should know that we have one God and belong to this and belong to that. We are serving one God. We should love ourselves.
As long as adherents of the two religious faiths will continue to attest to the oneness of God, Eid-el-Kabir celebration on Sunday signifies the importance of God as one. Tosin Adibo Ali, Osrc News.
To education now. The 1976 set of African Church Grammar School, or Kakoko, has held its maiden reunion amid fanfare with a vow to revive the educational system of their alma mater. The old students were meeting physically for the first time after graduating from the Citadel of Learning 48 years ago. Joy Pius reports that members from within and outside the state, as well as in the diaspora, graced the reunion.
Rise up from to make ourselves great, always into lights out.
African Church Grammar School, or Kakoko, class of 1976, gathered in Akure, Ondo State capital, in the spirit of reunion, almost 5 decades since they left school. The reunion, which was their first physical meeting 48 years after graduation, was sequel to several virtual meetings, affording the old students the opportunity to wine, dine, reflect, and share fond memories. Speaking during the event, President of the Old Students Association, Abayomi Afolabi, said the aim of the reunion was to foster unity and help the old students reconnect, as well as make plans towards giving back to their alma mater.
Today is so significant that we have a group of grandpas and grandmas who are coming together for the very first time in 48 years. We started secondary school in 1972, we left in 1976, and some of us have not seen one another ever since then. So we came together on WhatsApp platform some 6 years or thereabouts, and all our meetings have been on virtual meeting. But this is the very first time we'll be having a physical meeting.
The event created an opportunity for the alumni to celebrate their achievements and make credible contributions towards infrastructure development of the school, as well as to enhance the quality of teaching and learning in their alma mater. Headgear of the set in 1976, Fumilayo Olu-Adams and other old students reminisced on their past years in school, describing the reunion a thing of joy.
About 48 years, something to rejoice about. Even though some of us have passed, but we just felt that we should felicitate each other and thank God for sparing our lives.
This is just nostalgic. I've not seen most of these people for over 48 years. So some of them is just the first time I've seen them, and we all changed. So, but it is just, something that we always cherish.
African Church Grammar School, or Kakoko, was founded many decades ago and has produced intellectuals in Nigeria and across the globe who have continued to impact the society positively. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
In another development, Viwashire Girls Grammar School, Akure, has won a debate competition among 15 secondary schools in Ondo State capital, Akure. The closely contested event, which showcased the intellectual prowess of young minds, was organized by a group of dedicated young graduates under the leadership of David Akinyemi. Omorela Ubenji has details.
David Akinyemi School of Thought and Philosophical Engagement is an establishment working towards equipping young African scholars filled with young and employable, smart and well-read young minds to be logically and philosophically engaged with the world around them. This maiden edition in Ondo State engaged 14 public secondary and private schools in debate, essay writing, and other activities, including chess. The group's organizing secretary, Bright Jusuf, highlighted the competition's mission to empower students to excel academically and contribute meaningfully to the nation's development. Emphasizing its inaugural status, Yusuf underscored the organizers' commitment to making it a regular event, ensuring a continuous platform for students to hone their skills.
It is a trend among recent graduates that there's a level of discussion, a level of reasoning that it isn't acceptable in terms of interaction with people outside the country, for instance, or in intellectual spaces where you can't engage them intellectually. So we thought, okay, let's start with this. Let's see how they would approach it. Let's see how we can help them develop more knowledge about it, and how they themselves can suggest solutions to it.
Beyond the debates, the event featured a diverse of activities aimed at nurturing holistic development, from chess to thought-provoking essay competitions, where participants were engaged in various stimulating endeavors.
If we invest in the transmission lines that are resistant, it can lead to a 24-hour supply. And if we also improve the mentoring system, it can also lead to 24-hour supply. So us focusing on the reduction of transmission and distribution losses can be the solution to efficient and sustainable power supply in Nigeria.
If transmission and distribution sector embrace renewable energy sources, this can also be transmitted to other power stations and distributed to homes and offices as well, instead of relying on our power supply.
If the government can collaborate with other companies, with other organizations, then we will see that there will be a way in addressing the chronic power challenge we possess in Nigeria today.
Interactive sessions with accomplished young achievers provided invaluable insights into achieving purpose in life, while success stories from both local and international spheres served as inspiring narratives. The representative of Washaye Grammar School won the Best Debater, while a student from Aquinas College was declared the Best Essay Writer, as the winners went home with 1 million naira scholarship fund each. Others too were honored with certificates of participation and various other awards. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
Now talking sports, Chairman Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation Kunle Adebayo has committed to championing the popularization of golf for Nigerians to harness its benefits. Mr. Adebayo gave the commitment while playing host to members of Cross Creek Golf Club at the media outfit's headquarters in Akure. Osrc Said Eribisala reports that the golfers sought collaboration towards propagating the benefit of the elite sport ahead the club's second captain's inaugural tournament.
Members of the Cross Creek Golf Club, located in Ilado, are on a courtesy visit to the headquarters of Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation in Akure, led by the club's captain, Isaac Shedowo. The team's visit is premised on seeking collaboration with the state media outfit for the popularization of the game of golf and its benefit.
To see the advantage, the economic benefits that golf can bring to our society. Some people see the game as an elite game. No, the game is for everybody. In fact, that's what we call social capital, whereby you networking.
Also discussed is the second edition of Captain's inaugural competition to usher in the new executives of the club, and this, they say, will attract golfers from across Nigeria.
We are going to have a Captain inaugural competition on May 18, and I can assure you, most of the hotel, almost all the hotels in the state have been fully booked. because people are coming from all over the country and from some people from outside the country.
Chairman Planning Committee Ayodele Akonde said the tourney will boost the economy of the state, describing golf as a mirror that exposes individuals to better understand their own self.
Golf is a game of life, and that's the game you play that will tell you about yourself, your character to show. And it's a game that you can play it alone. You don't need to compete, you are not competing against anybody.